What's up, everybody? It's Luke James, not the singer. If you're looking to get your music reviewed, you can hit up this email that's right here. But today I'm going to hit you up with my thoughts and opinions on this solo debut album from Takeoff called The Last Rocket. Now, Takeoff is a member from Migos and the member that many people consider to be the best, and after making it through that dumpster juice ass Quavo album that went on for way too long, I think a lot of people had higher expectations for this one. I can actually say that myself, personally, I was rooting for Takeoff and I was really hoping that this would be a great album just to surprise us all and really make it clear that he is the best member. Now, after hearing this, I do still think he's the best member, but I still felt a little bit disappointed here because this isn't that much better than Quavo Hunt Show. One thing that does help here is that it's about half the length of that album. Quavo Hunt Show was over an hour and it had no business being that long, whereas this one is about 35 minutes, so I do think that helps it out. Takeoff, he doesn't really have a lot of depth or creativity or originality, in my opinion, to really make a long-ass project or to hold it together with great concepts, themes, and topics. And I understand you're not expecting crazy bars from him, but what you're getting here is just this little concept that revolves around space and astronauts. It starts off with an astronaut counting down. It's called The Last Rocket. He's riding a rocket on the album cover. You can see how it goes. There's no story here or anything like that, kind of like what Logic was doing with his album that had to do with space, Tits, The Incredible True Story, but you do just get that little theme and that aesthetic that ties through it. So you are going to hear some of those great flows that Takeoff is always praised for. He's also doing a little bit of his auto-crooning thing, but he's not taking many risks or chances here. Really, the only song that I think stuck out as far as trying something new is a song called Infatuation. This one has an R&B feel to it as well as a great performance from Daytona Fox. Never heard of this person until now, but they kind of remind me of Jeremiah a bit, and I think he did really well. But other than that, there's not a lot of interesting talking points with this one, man. The production is decent throughout as it's that usual spacey and bassy, sometimes eerie synth stuff that you would expect from anything Migos related, and this is especially true with that latest single, Last Memory. I think that's actually the only single that he has out now from it, and I think that was a pretty good track. Nice and short, consistent and cohesive, nothing crazy, but it sounds good and I really do like the bass on this song so it works as a thumper. Overall, though, this project really just feels like another Migos album, except it's one Migo. And the problem is they flood the game so damn much that it's hard to be impressed when you're getting more of the same. We remember when they dropped Culture 2, that shit was like 5 hours long, like that shit went on and on forever. Same thing with Quavo Hunt Show. All three members are featured all over the place. They all are very similar stylistically, like you can tell them apart, but they're still doing some of the same shit. So this project still felt like more of the same. And even though you're not expecting crazy bars and lyrics here, I was just hoping that where this was his solo outing, he would really step outside of his box a little bit. This was his chance to really, maybe get a bit more personal and delve into who he is and what he's been through, but he doesn't do that too much. On I Remember, you do get some basic trap house musing, so there are a couple of interesting lines there. And Bruce Wayne has him detailing some of the come-up that the Migos went through, including how he used to get nervous on stage and how Bad and Bougie really broke them through. So you do get these little tidbits, but there's really not much here that's interesting with the ideas and topics. I just feel like a little bit of depth would have gone a long way, man. I wanted to come out of this like, shit, he tried some new things, I know more about him, but really, you don't get a whole lot of that. You're also going to get some very uninspired lines at times throughout here. There's a reference on one song to Derek Favors, which came completely out of the blue, because usually people are making references to truly great basketball players. Not saying he's all out trash, but you get where I'm going. And you got lines like, "I'ma get that bread like potato, I want chips." That was just the worst line of all worst lines on here. But you are going to hear other lines that aren't overly interesting. Just the usual stuff you expect from Migos, where they're going into some braggy shit about jewels, jewelry, having nice cars, nutting on bitches' faces. I'm pretty sure I heard that a couple of times, so that's something that Takeoff likes to do. But you know what? I think this is a pretty standard album. I do appreciate the shortness, consistency, and cohesiveness of it, so I can go with a 2.5 out of 5 here. Like, as I was listening through this, I didn't feel like I was being tortured. There wasn't a whole lot that I thought was really awful, and sonically it is pretty cool. You are going to get some nice bangers. I do appreciate the spacey production that some of these guys were bringing on here, but I still felt a little let down, man. Even 2 or 3 tracks that really had something different happening with it would have helped this project a lot, because as it stands, it's just another Migos album, but it's just one of them. So that's all I got to say about it, man. 2.5 out of 5 feels fair to me, but you guys check it out for yourself and then hit me up in the comments section with your thoughts. You also want to make sure you do all the good YouTube and social media stuff where you show me love and you show me lots of it. Thank you for watching, everybody. I We'll see you next time.